And welcome back, guys, to another video here. I'm here and I'm here. I'm Bilbo. I'm pleased to announce the release of our first Third Age Reforged alternative submod expansion, and I'm going to take you guys through how to install it right now. So if you haven't already, we've got a slightly more updated version of our Discord. I've been through it and I've added nice little picture here for our Discord server's profile, and I've added the the installation files in a zipped version, and this is a link that'll take you to the MediaFire site where you can download it. So if you just go in here, click on this, and I'll include a link to this in the description if you don't want to join the Discord as well. But so you'll come here and you'll just click on this download link. It's about 1.5 gigs, so it might take a few minutes, but it doesn't take real long. Now, what this includes is it includes everything that I'm going to show you here. So it includes an export script unit file that's been compressed and zipped away within this zipped file that you download. It includes a few maps that I've made. It includes all the unit models that you'll need. It includes the unit sprites, and it includes the export units text file. All of these you will need. Well, the game would function without the export units text. No, it wouldn't actually. It would require this. The game would function without the maps if you don't want the maps. That's what it is. You are going to need this, the export script unit, export models, the unit models, the unit sprites, and the export units file. Those four things are required for you to have in order for the game not to crash if you want to make these changes. The maps, I've only got 2 maps in here so far, so we'll just have a look at what they're called here. So we'll view file and open this. Get out of here. It's a custom. So I've made a map called Northern Bastion and another map called River Valley. And these are 2 sort of cityscape maps. The River Valley I know comes up in the under the river crossing section when you're selecting a map, and Northern Bastion I think comes up one of the first couple sections of maps. It's not in cityscape though, I remember that much. It put that in a weird spot. I'm not really sure why, but I think it just goes in alphabetical order though. So keep that in mind. But we'll start with let's go back to the unit models folder. Whoop, cancel that. I meant to open it. View file. Come on now. Well, here, let's just take you and to show you everything that it includes. So if you go into unit models, it will include all of these things. Okay? And you want to extract all of the files into the unit models folder that already exists in your existing Third Age Reforged folder. All right, so you go program files, 86, Steam apps, common, Medieval 2 Total War, mods, Third Age Reforged, data, unit models, and you'll extract the unit models files in there. A lot of them will be duplicates, but that'll take the longest amount of time, second only to downloading everything at the beginning. Then you'll want to probably do the unit sprites next. That'll take the second longest amount of time, and that goes it's 1 level up. So you'll go to program files, 86, Steam apps, common, Medieval 2 Total War, mods, Third Age Reforged, data, and then into unit sprites, and you'll want to extract your unit sprites in here. And these files are the files that dictate what a unit will look like when you're zoomed out really far away from it. Now, the game won't actually crash if these aren't here, but it will look... I can't remember what it does. I think it just simply doesn't generate a sprite. So you won't be able to see units from afar, and that kind of takes away from the experience of Total War, in my opinion. So you definitely want to get the unit sprites put in here. And then the next thing you'll probably want to do after that is the maps. If you're gonna want to do that, the location to extract them is data world maps custom, and you want to extract those in here. All right, so most of the same path is preserved here too. So it's program files 86 Steam, Steam apps common, Medieval 2 Total War, mods, Third Age Reforged, data, worlds, maps, custom. That's where the two maps I made go. And then finally, there's just these two files, the export to script unit, which you can just, after you unzip that, it's just the one file, and it goes in data. Sorry, I went too far. It goes in data. You just extract that in here. It'll ask if you want to overwrite the existing file with the same name. You want to say yes. And then there's the export units text. That file you can just copy and put that, because I didn't compress that given how small the file is. That goes in the Third Age Reforged data text folder, and that's just this file right here. And this is the file this file shows, it tells the game what what the unit's name is. It also tells the game what a unit's what to report to a player in the unit card, as far as like stats and the unit description goes. This file does not determine a unit's stats. It's simply like a report of it, I guess. It's the best way I can think of to describe it. But every unit has to have an entry in this, or else the game will crash. So you do want to have this export units file. And I think that takes you through everything that I have in the Alternative Reforged version 1 installation files. One thing to bear in mind, if you want to go back to normal Reforged, once you've done this, the only three things that you need to do to go back to normal Reforged are to, let me get out of this, and let me go back here. Okay. Reforged, the only three things you want to replace, or that you'll want to preserve rather, so that you can go back to normal Reforged, are the in the unit models folder. You want to make a copy of this and save it. And I've made a suggestion in the previous installation video on my suggestions for how to organize that. So go back and be sure to watch that if you haven't already. But yeah, I would make a copy of this file, this battle models database file, excuse me. You'll want to make a copy of the pre-existing export to script unit file, and you'll want to make a copy of the text, the export _ units file. So before you download and extract anything, I would make sure to do that. And then the only things you'll need to do to go back to just standard Third Age Reforged, that's 0.97.1 after the hotfix, is to put those files that were in here back and just overwrite them. Having all of the unit model files that I've given you and the unit sprites will not affect anything regarding normal Reforged. It just, as long as you've put those 3 files back. If you want to go back to alternative Reforged thereafter, all you would need to do is take those 3 files that I've just mentioned, the export_units text file, the battle models database file in the unit models folder, and the export to script unit file that's just laying around in the data folder. If you want to go back to alternative Reforged later, just put my version of those files back in, and it's just as simple as switching those 3 files in and out to go between versions. Sorry to anyone who may have gotten the first installation file download link from me. I had created an installer for that, and what had happened is it did not preserve the subfolder structure within the various folders I wanted to give you guys. Basically what it did is it ripped out all the files and just threw it in one folder, and then it extracted them all in one folder here, and that wouldn't have worked. So in order to preserve the subfolder structure, I had to just compress the folders much as I could, the folders and files as much as I could, and put that up in MediaFire and give you guys the download link that way. So anyhow, that's how you go about doing that, and I will end this video here. Again, I will include the link to the MediaFire in the description, as well as the link to our Discord in the description. So thanks, guys.